You're doing everything you can and wondering if it's enough. You're managing the school schedules and the emotional needs and the discipline and the dinners and the doctor appointments. And somewhere in the middle of all of it, you are losing yourself. And then feeling guilty for losing yourself. You snapped at them today. You missed the thing that mattered to them. You said the wrong thing, and now the mom guilt is so loud it's drowning out everything else. And on the hard nights when they're finally asleep, the thought comes, maybe they deserve someone better. Maybe someone else would do this job with more patience, more creativity, more energy, more joy. Maybe I am failing them in ways I can't even see yet. That thought is a lie, and I want to dismantle it today with the truth of who God says you are to those children. Psalm 139 verse 13 and 14 tells us that God knit each of your children together in their mother's womb. He didn't do that carelessly. He looked at every child he was forming, knew every need they would have, every wound they would carry, every gift they would need drawn out of them. And he chose you, not a perfect mother, not a mother without limitations or struggles. You, with your specific history, your specific gifts, your specific capacity for love. You were chosen for those specific children. That is not an accident. That is a divine appointment. Think about Moses' mother, Jochebed. She was a slave. She had no power, no resources, no influence in the society her son was born into. And yet she was chosen to be the mother of the man who would lead an entire nation out of captivity. She couldn't protect him forever. She had to place him in a basket on a river and trust God with what she could no longer hold. And God arranged for Moses to be raised by Pharaoh's daughter and still nursed by his own mother. What looked like the ultimate failure of protection became the very circumstance God used to position Moses for his calling. Jochebed didn't have it all together. She had a surrendered heart, and God used it. Here is what God sees when he looks at your motherhood. He sees someone who showed up on the days when you were running on empty, on the days when your patience was gone before 9 a.m., on the days when you cried in the bathroom because you didn't know how to do this. You showed up, and showing up in the hard moments is the kind of love that forms secure children. Not perfection, presence, consistency. A mother who keeps coming back even when she gets it wrong. He sees the prayers you have prayed over them. Every prayer you've spoken over those children in the middle of the night. Every time you've asked God to cover what your love couldn't reach. Every moment you've placed them back into his hands. That is a profound act of faith that your children will one day recognize as one of the greatest gifts they received. He sees a woman in the process of becoming. Your children are not watching a finished product. They are watching a woman who trusts God, who gets up after she falls, who says, "I'm sorry, I got that wrong," who keeps believing even when it's hard. That is not failure. That is one of the most important lessons they will ever learn. That faith is not about being perfect. It is about keeping going. Your children do not need a perfect mother. They need you, the real you, the trying you, the imperfect but deeply loving you. Because perfection cannot be touched and cannot be known. But the realness of your love, even on your worst days, is something they feel and receive and carry. You are not a mistake in their story. You were the answer to a question God asked before they were born. If this message lifted the weight of mom guilt off someone you know, share it with her today. Subscribe for more biblical encouragement for every season of motherhood. And remember, God didn't give you those children despite your limitations. He gave them to you because of who He knew you would become.